You're listening to Wild, Hot and Healing, the space where growth gets messy, power gets claimed, and healing gets very real. So if you're ready to own your magic, move through your shit, and create a life that is fire from the inside out, then you are in exactly the right place. It's time to get wild, it's time to get hot, and it's time to heal. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back to Wild, Hot and Healing. So this is your first official Get Your Shit Together drop. So these drops are going to be really short and powerful. At the start of every month, I'm going to drop in with something just to help you get your shit together for that month. We're going to talk about a bit of the energy that's going to be floating around that month, maybe a little bit of astrology, and just ways that you can work with the cycles and with the energy of the earth to be able to really support you and really move into the next stage of power of your life and find magic. When I initially found working with the seasons and working with cycles, working with the cycle of the moon, working with the cycles of the earth, it really unlocked some power and connection inside me that made me really remind who the fuck I was and remind me that my worth is not connected to how productive I am. My worth is not connected to how much I achieve in a day. Actually, I'm here to work with nature and not against it. So I'm hoping that, you know, these little drops at the beginning of every month really do that for you as well. Like really help you slow down and realize that you can ground yourself. You don't have to be achieving everything all at once. And actually just your presence matters and that your worth is not tied to how much you're achieving at each time. So yeah, it's May and that is wild that we are nearly halfway through the year. So, you know, if you've been feeling like time's rushing by or asking yourself if you've done enough, like I just said, it's your reminder to pause. Your worth is not tied to anything that you achieve or don't achieve. And you are not behind. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. And this week, we're not just in May. Actually, on the 1st of May, we stepped through the portal of Beltane, which is one of the cross-quarter festivals. We would have actually celebrated this in England as May Day. They renamed it as May Day, but it was originally Beltane. And it's the midpoint between spring and summer. And it's the celebration of fire, of rebirth, of passion, of creative life force. And Beltane is all about igniting the flame again. I absolutely love, because at Beltane festivals, they would have lit fires to jump over them. It marked like the beginning of summer, and it was a time for the villagers would have got together. Traditionally, they would have come and met up. They would have joined together where they might not have seen each other for months because the winter months and the spring may have been a cold time. So they get together and celebrate. And yeah, it's traditionally a sign of union between the masculine and feminine energies and the light and dark energies, the inner and the outer. So your masculine is your structure. If you imagine you have a glass, I love using this analogy. If you have a glass with some water in, the water is a feminine, it's flowing around the glass, and the glass is a masculine, it's holding that water in structure. Without either, we've either got a dry glass or we've got water all over the floor, and we need both. And this is about igniting those two energies, you know, because we do need both. We need structure, but we need flow. And light and dark, we need light, we need dark. You know, the days start to be split at this time of year. We'd have as equal amounts of light to equal amounts of dark. And yeah, it's just a really, really powerful time. So the fire symbolism. So it's a really powerful time to be lighting fires. You know, people may start having fires outside more now, but lighting candles in your house, because it's to honor the sun and bring in the light that the sun brings, the fire that the sun brings, and bring in protection and abundance as well. So lighting a fire, lighting some candles, spending a few moments to sort of, you know, give gratitude to the light. And yeah, actually in Beltane, what they would have done at these festivals, if you've ever been to a May Day festival and they danced around the pole, what they would have done is they would have jumped over the flames or walked between two fires, and they would have called that a blessing. So that's why they say May blessings. It would have been a blessing to jump over the fire and to bless yourself. And what they say fire does is it purifies and it transforms. So that's why we use smoke to cleanse and purify, and fire transforms things into a new transformation. So yeah, the themes of this month are definitely about lighting like the fire that's inside you and seeing what desires or ideas like you've got inside you that need more heat. It could be a really good time for creative energy. Like perhaps you're feeling really creative at this time. I know my creative energy really does come back around this time. And clearing out the old and inviting the new, you know, getting rid of stuff, burning it if you need to, clearing out the house, you know, really having an energetic and physical cleanse of your body and of your home and where you live can be so powerful at this time of year. It's certainly something that I like to do. I like to go to my altar at this time of year and freshen it up, and change it. Maybe put some fresh flowers or just change the layout of it, give it a good clean. But this time of year, it's really the time to bring some changes. So with the energy of Beltane, it's all about aliveness. It's all about connecting to what's inside you, about lighting your own symbolic fire, about lighting your own fire that is inside you, and really thinking about the beginning of this month. What is it I need to do that's going to help me light the fire? Now, this may be something that you're a tool or a situation or a relationship or a thought, a limiting belief that you've got that is really holding you back from lighting that fire, from having that fire inside you lit and burning. What is it? Are you constantly saying to yourself that you're not good enough? And is it like really dampening that fire and not allowing it to shine? Are you holding yourself back from showing up, whether it's been with work or in relationships or in friendships? Are you holding yourself back from showing up because you're scared that you're going to be accused of overshining and that's dimming your light? Perhaps you're in a relationship or a situationship or with a working environment that is just not serving you, and you've got this nagging feeling that it needs to change. You need to speak to them, you need to leave the workplace, or something needs to happen. And every time you just think about it and don't do it, you're just putting more water on the fire and you're just putting that fire out. So what is it that you think at this time of year that you can think of that you need to do that will light that inner fire again for you? And what parts of you have been dimmed or tired that are ready to come alive again? So, like I said, I'm just going to go through those practical prompts again for you to be able to think about what you could do at this time of year. So really physically decluttering. So clearing the wardrobe out, like clearing out cupboards, drawers, declutter, and then have an energetic declutter. Like, what are you tolerating in your life that just needs to go? What are you putting up with? Why are you not setting boundaries that are literally crushing you? Like, what energetically needs to be shaken off? What do you need to shake off? What do you need to let go? Perhaps you're just still holding on to a friendship that has just fizzled out, and that's okay. We all go on different paths at some point. And you're holding on to it, and that it's becoming harder work than it should be, so perhaps you need to let go of it. Perhaps you've been thinking about applying for a job. Maybe now's the time. Maybe you're in business and you're not actually showing up on social media, or you're not showing up in your business like you could be, and you're really holding yourself back. So what can you do that you can declutter to really allow yourself to be the biggest, boldest, and brightest fire possible? And then focusing your energy, like, what do you actually want to feel like this month? Like, what energy do you want to embody? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to be in love? Do you want to be magnetic? Do you want to be fearless? Like, what's the word that you could really, really use to be able to really power you through this month when we're thinking about the month of fire? So really having to think now, maybe writing it down in your notes in your phone, or journaling, or pausing the podcast just to have a little think about, what can I do to really light my fire? Like, what word am I going to use this month? So like I said, some suggestions. Maybe it's courage, maybe it's fearless, maybe it's leadership, maybe it's magnetism, maybe it's flow, maybe it's vitality. What energy is really going to help you step into this newer version, this lit version, this more bright version of you? And then one question I want you to ask yourself is, what's one simple act that makes you feel powerful, alive, turned on? Is it getting up 10 minutes earlier to go outside and meditate? Is it making sure you go for a walk before you start work that day? Is it a cold shower? Is it a ritual? Is it dancing? Like, there's something that you can do every day that really makes you feel powerful, alive, and turned on. So you are doing something that is for you. It's not for anyone else. It's just for you, that really makes you feel good. So for example, for me, mine is getting up early to sit on my mat, maybe sit outside. I don't do the same thing every day, but maybe I sit outside and go around, and just to be up and early before I start work around 8:30. So I've meditated, I've maybe done a bit of yoga, I've done some breath work, I've done a carpool, I'll go for a walk. I'll be up for at least 90 minutes before my day starts around 8:30, and that makes me feel like a badass. Like, I'm like, I've got my fucking shit together. Oh yeah, nothing can stop me. So think about what's going to be good for you at this time of year, like what's just that thing you're like, do you know what's gonna make me feel like a fucking badass? And really think about that. Think about the energy that you want to embody, the way that you want to show up. You know, it's so easy for women to like just go through this vibe of putting ourselves down constantly and not you know, really taking time for ourselves. So what is like 5-10 minutes that you can do every day that's gonna really help you refocus and really be in your power and be in your magic? Because, you know, the minute that we start to really put ourselves first, it can be a selfish way. It doesn't have to be called selfish just because you're putting yourself first. But, you know, even if you can just put yourself first for 10 minutes a day, you will start to feel so much more power in everything you do. You'll have so much more control over everything you do. You'll start to feel completely different and really, really, really going to start to embody the person that you want to be. So really, you know, let me know, drop me a DM on Instagram. What's the word that you're embodying? What's the energy that you're going to be in this month? And what's the 10 minutes a day that you're going to do that's just literally for you and for no one else, that's going to ignite that fire inside you? And if you're a Take That fan, maybe you want to listen to Relight My Fire all month on repeat. Alicia Keys, Girl on Fire as well. I'm thinking of more on the spot. You know, thinking of things that are really going to help you really light that fire inside you and be the fucking fire, be the fucking flame, you know. Someone might have tried to burn you down to the ashes and you're not the fucking ashes anymore. You are the fucking fire. I used to say this last year all the time. You may burn yourself to the ground, but when you come back, you will rise like the whole damn fire. And this is the month for rising. This is the month to rise like the whole damn fire, okay? And I just want to remind you, you know, you are not behind. You are rising in divine timing. You don't need to be anywhere else other than where you are. You don't need to be doing any more or forward anymore or different to what is happening right now, because what is happening right now is. And when we can really accept the present moment and not want to change it, that is when we're really going to find a lot more peace and clarity. You know, anxiety is the future, depression is the past. And when we live in the future or the past, we are going to feel these bouts of anxiety or depression. And the minute that we can just really live in the present moment and just be, I don't need to be anywhere else. I don't need to have done anything else other than what I am now. You're really going to find a lot more calm, peace and clarity. So before we close, I just want to take a moment to talk about and anchor in the other energy of this season with the planets. And we have just stepped into Taurus season. A time to slow down, breathe deeper and come back into the body. So Taurus teaches us that there is strength in stillness, that building a life we love doesn't have to come from burnout. It can come from beauty, from pleasure and from presence. So if things have felt really rushed or chaotic lately in April, then this is your permission to pause as we enter into Taurus season until the 22nd of May. So on the 12th of May, we have a full moon in Scorpio, which is deep, emotional and transformational. So this moon is going to invite you to release what's been holding you in the shadows, the old stories, the shame, stuck energy, anything that you are ready to let go of. Scorpio is the dark goddess energy. You know, she's really going to put you through it to pull you out the other side lighter and freer. And it's a really, really deep chance to plant powerful new seeds and build self-trust. You know, Taurus holds the earth. Scorpio will stir the soul. And together they're going to remind us that healing can be grounded, wild, and soft and fierce, and let you know that it's ready to slow down. You're safe to slow down and you are ready to rise. I will be doing a full moon workshop online in May. Keep an eye on my social media, or if you're not on my Instagram, on my email list, please join it. I am giving away a full moon ritual. I've got a castor oil guide pack, and I've also got a get your shit together guide. So if you do want to download that, you can look into the show notes and just stay up to date with when I'm doing these online workshops such as the full moon. So I just want to remind you as we close out today that you are not behind. You are blooming in absolute divine trining. And this month, to clear out what doesn't serve you, let go, release and focus on what really matters to you and your soul, and to reignite that spark, that wild and hot and sacred fire that's always lived inside you. You don't need to burn down your life to feel new again. You just need to let the flame within you breathe. So get hot, get wild and heal, and I will see you in the middle of the month for my solo episode, and then at the end of the month for our book club. I'm so excited. Again, please, drop me a DM. I love to hear from anyone that listens to the podcast, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you for tuning in to Wild, Hot and Healing. If today stirred something in you, I'd love it if you subscribed, left a review, or shared it with someone who really needs this energy right now. And if you're ready to go deeper into your body, your strength and your healing, you can find out more about my wellness community, Empower Her Health and Fitness, and how to work with me at my website. You can also join my email list for rituals, resources and podcast extras that I don't share anywhere else. All the links are waiting for you in the show notes. So until next time, stay wild, stay hot and keep